Hey everybody, what is going on? Welcome to Regular Josh 1. Before we get things started, please make sure to hit that like button in this video, and if you're new, subscribe. Also, if you guys are into space adventure podcasts, or space adventures in general, the Novafleet podcast is the podcast for you to listen to. So go to Novafleet 86 on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, wherever you find your podcasts, and make sure to check out episode 1. Episode 2 is coming out very soon, so look out for that. So, to piggyback off of my previous video where I talk about Gumball finally getting a movie! Sorry, I'm still very excited about that. Cartoon Network has also made some more announcements yesterday. Apparently, they had a digital upfront where they showed us what's to come for the channel pretty soon. They also released a couple of new videos showcasing the rebrand of the channel and some of the new content that's coming our way. There is a lot of stuff to talk about here, so let's just jump into it. The first thing that I would like to mention is, well, some returning series. All three shows mentioned here, Victor and Valentino, Craig of the Creek, and Infinity Train, have all been renewed for another season. There was pretty big rumors going on recently about Infinity Train being canceled. Apparently someone on the crew wrote in a book to another crew member that the show is ending, and so many people were honestly pretty upset about that. I was going to make a video addressing some of these rumors, but there just wasn't too much information at the time for me to really say anything. Plus, the crew member saying that the show was ending could have very easily meant that they finished work on a final season of the show and they were just wrapping up production. Seeing how it was confirmed now that there will be a fourth book, that's probably what they were talking about. It's a shame though, I never got the chance to see book 3 because I don't have HBO Max. But I'm glad to see that the series will still be continuing for now. Speaking of HBO Max, it seems like some of these new shows that have been announced will be released on both Cartoon Network and HBO Max. We're not 100% sure which shows will go on both platforms or which ones will just premiere on either of them. In the articles I'm reading, they haven't really mentioned any of that. We'll just have to wait until more details are released, I suppose. Continuing on with certain shows returning, Total Drama is making a comeback with 2 seasons. This is honestly a big surprise to me, as I don't think anyone was really expecting this to happen. Hell, a fan project based on the popular franchise was being made on YouTube. It was recently taken down by Fresh TV, and well, now we see why. I wonder what kind of crazy challenges they'll do in the new seasons, and what kind of characters we're also going to be seeing in the new show as well. That'll be very interesting. We also have news that Ben 10 will be getting 3 44-minute specials. Ben 10,010, Ben Gen 10, which is a crossover with Generator X, and I'm kind of surprised anyone really remembers that show, and Alien Extinction. Honestly, it surprises me how much Cartoon Network has truly been holding on to this franchise. It's been with us for 15 years, has since had 5 different series so far, and a few movies. I never really watched Ben 10 growing up, but I guess it's still cool to see that a franchise like this has been able to survive for so long. Another show that will be making a return is, of course, Teen Titans Go. But this time it'll be getting a spin-off which will be based off of their Night Begins to Shine specials. Never really seen them, so I don't really have much of an opinion on it. I'm not sure where this leaves the current show. Is that one getting canceled soon to make room for this one? Or are we gonna be getting both airing at the same time? If it's the latter, I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna feel about that. They also announced some completely new shows coming soon. An animated prequel to The Gremlins called Gremlins: The Secret of the Mogwai. That will be one on HBO Max and has already been renewed for a second season despite the show not premiering yet. We also have Jade Amore, or Jade Armor, about a martial arts loving teenaged girl. One that I'm not really sure how to feel about is called Gross Girls. It's about 2 girls who try to survive middle school and not losing their trademark grossness. Also, I have to guess that it has something to do with them going through puberty as well. Clearly, this is one of those shows that are reaching out towards the older audience. We also have 2 shows that are coming to us called Family Mashup and Tweety's Mysteries. Both of these shows are live action. I know how lots of people are definitely gonna feel about that, but 1, I'm not sure if these are for Cartoon Network or HBO Max, and 2, considering all the cartoons that we are gonna be getting in the future, 1 or 2 live action series is honestly nothing. I mean, really, I could care less about that. Not much to really say about both of these shows, I mean, except for Tweety's Mysteries, which I'm kind of surprised that it's not necessarily considered a reboot of Sylvester and Tweety's Mysteries. I mean, because I definitely do remember that show when I was a kid. I used to watch it, and so when I heard Tweety's Mysteries, I was like, huh, so is it technically a spin-off of the cartoon, or is it considered a reboot, but now it's a live-action animated hybrid or something? I honestly have no idea, but that one is definitely very interesting. So now this brings us to our final segment of the video, which is Cartoon Network's newest upcoming block, Cartoonito. Now some of you guys have mentioned this to me in my last Cartoon Network video, as this was a block in the UK for preschoolers. I guess Cartoonito is a much better name than something like Cartoon Network Jr. Anyway, we will be getting a lot of shows for that block alone. I mean, makes sense, honestly, considering the fact that they really want to give this a big start. Cartoonito won't actually start until later this year in the fall, so that gives plenty of times for certain new shows to complete their first seasons. To quickly go over what shows we will be getting, there's, well, Bat Wheels, of course. Okay, I'm sorry, but I'm already fully invested in this show. That might be one that I definitely have to check out for the hell of it. And we also got a little bit of a snippet of what the animation looks like, so yeah. Continuing, we have Bugs Bunny Builders, Tom and Jerry Jr., I guess a more younger version of Tom and Jerry Kids or something, I don't know. Jessica's Big Little World, which is actually a spin-off from Craig of the Creek. We have some acquired shows like Lady Bird Lou, Mush Mush and the Mushables, which both shows look pretty cute in my opinion. You already know about Thomas and Friends, and here's one that I honestly completely forgot about, Lucas the Spider. If you don't know, this is actually from a series of short YouTube videos starring, well, Lucas the Spider. It was pretty popular and actually very cute. It was one of my favorite videos to watch on YouTube. I do remember seeing them announce that they were turning it into a show with Cartoon Network a while ago, and I kind of figured that it would possibly be a preschool show. I mean, I couldn't necessarily really see it as, I guess, a regular cartoon on Cartoon Network. Can't lie, that's one show I'll certainly be looking forward to checking out. Now, these shows are just going to be the start of Cartoonito. In fact, it's said that they're going to have about 20 shows for this block so far, which is crazy. They even want to go so far as having 50 original preschool shows by the year 2023. That is incredibly ambitious. A lot of these moves are, honestly. They are really betting on this preschool block working for them this time around, and to be honest with you, it does kind of look pretty promising. I mean, compared to Tickle You, that was a thing years ago, Cartoonito honestly kind of does look like it's setting itself up for big success. It's very clear from this rebrand that they are really trying to expand their audience, from Cartoonito to the regular shows that they're continuing to have, to some that seems to be for a bit more mature audience. They're going for it all. There seems to be something that almost everyone can really look forward to, with the biggest being the Gumball movie and Infinity Train returning with Book 4. Cartoon Network is going to have a lot of shows in the future, which is definitely better than only getting one new show for the whole year, which didn't even last for a whole year. Either way, 2021 will prove to be an interesting year for Cartoon Network, and if I gotta tell you the truth, I'm honestly looking forward to this crazy ride. Well, that is it for this video. Any new Cartoon Network content that you're excited for? What do you think about the new and upcoming Cartoonito block that will be coming to the channel? Let me know in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and hit the bell to be notified on my next video. Also, again, ladies and gentlemen, check out Novafleet 86 on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts, and wherever you find your podcasts. Episode 2 will be coming out, and I will be keeping you guys posted on that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and remember, you're hearing it from a regular bunny in a regular world. See you next time.
Baby.